sick of deceit, give me truth. Told what to believe, give me truth. Don't need no theory, I just need proof. Your answers are an answers, never freeze, nothing new. I'm sick of this.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the real episode 28 of Revival Radio. My name is Rich Steve.
It's the brain cell.
Snestro in the building. What's good, y'all?
C-Mass, Critical Mass. We are here tonight with our homie. We figured, why not get back together? You've seen the last episode. You saw these two chopping it up. I had to get in on that. I said, yo, bring this motherfucker back so we can talk to him one more time because I dug that episode, man.
Yeah, man, like we've been just getting to know each other off camera, Steve and Snestro.
For
like,
real, man.
We're all on the same page over here, reading from the same book.
Great minds think alike. You already know. Great minds think alike.
So I guess, when you were here last time, Snestro, it was a little bit of a different episode, not the normal format because you were here. You guys were kicking it freestyle. So this time I want to break it off with the nectar of the gods. Brain cell, what the fuck are you drinking on this week?
I don't even know. Let's see. Vallejo. India Pale Ale IPA, as always. This is a 1 pint.
Ooh.
Fucking pounder.
Slancha.
This is a Half Acre Beer Co. from Chicago, Illinois.
I really like the design on there.
That can is really cool.
The artwork is really cool. I had a better one, honestly, earlier, but I ended up drinking it off camera by accident.
What one was that? What was that one called?
That was that Nishamini Creek or whatever. If you go on my Instagram at the Brain Cell, you can see it on there, man.
How many flame emojis did that one?
You already know that was a triple flame. This one right here, man, is 6.7% alcohol.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
It's not that strong, but it's up there. I've had this one a few times now. It's not that good. So.
Give me the notes on it. What makes it not that good? Is it too bitter? Is it too sweet? What is it?
It's not bitter enough.
Oh, okay.
Can't taste the grain.
I mean, where they get you is the artwork. It's like, that looks cool. I'm going to check that one out. Vallejo.
Well, let's give it the rundown then, man. How many flames does Vallejo get if it's not even that good?
Out of triple flames? This one gets 2.
2 flames. So it's not the worst. That's not even the worst beer that we've had on here, man.
You know what? I don't think you're probably most likely ever going to see a 1 flame emoji on here. I'm not going to waste my money. Unless someone wants to send me something. You guys want to bring something
We've been
over?
saying that for a minute, man.
Okay.
Want to have me review?
I got a couple beers.
Then we might get a couple single emoji flames.
Do you know? I think you'd probably call this a single emoji flame. I tried this the other night. It was from 21st Amendment.
Okay.
And it was their watermelon IPA.
Was it a session ale?
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Was it like 5.5%?
I think it might have been, but it was pretty fucking weak.
Watermelon ones and shit, they usually come in at 5.5 or something. Session ales.
I was very disappointed because I saw that it was 21st Amendment, and I remember the one that I had tried before from you.
Well, everyone can't handle the terps, bro.
Well, I remember trying that one. I thought it was fucking bomb, too.
They have to have some mids out there for people
I guess so. Well, 21st Amendment and Vallejo or whatever, step your terp game up, bro. So now we've gone to that, I think it's time for the pro of the week. Snestro, do you know who we got this week?
No, who do we have?
You!
Oh, me? Oh, wow. Oh, cool.
Welcome, Snestro. You are the pro of the week. So I want to expand just a couple more questions off of what Brain was talking to you about before. I want to know who your biggest influences are.
Well, I have a lot of influences that influenced me throughout my life, mainly music and things of that nature. But I have also a lot of influential characters who've also influenced me throughout life to be role models, such as Martin Luther King and Medgar Evers, some of the people growing up doing the struggle movements, also Mahatma Gandhi. I take influences from all parts of people of life that, have did things and made, positive influences throughout life. And as far as music, I take it back to some of the blues players from B.B. King to, like very influential. Some of the music that touches the soul from MJ.
You gotta pay homage, man.
Gotta pay homage to where the music comes from Chuck Berry to Elvis.
I mean, that's what originated rock and roll before Elvis even touched it, was those blues.
Right.
How about you, Brains? Which do you seem to get a bigger influence from music itself or from people in your life or events or what?
Honestly, for me, actually, the music, elite spitters, mostly battle rap. I get a lot of motivation, inspiration from.
Right.
But I get a lot of motivation, inspiration from movies, books, anywhere. I heard one of my mentors, Ilmac. I showed you Ilmac, man. Like, I consider him a mentor of mine. He's a hip hop scholar, man. He told everyone online, he's like, yo, if you're not outputting, you better be inputting. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
I like that.
So,
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that says it all right there, man. Like, if I'm not rapping, if I'm not writing, if I'm not making videos, if I'm not doing music,
consuming, man, taking in content.
I'm taking in shit that I'm gonna transform into other shit.
Dude, that's
you know what I mean?
That's the same way with me. Like,
or even just my own growth, like taking in shit for my own growth.
Look at just like last week we did that collab with Rob Zilla. And the influence for that, for Body Snatchers, when I first heard the beat, it made me think of the movie Mad Max Fury Road. So I was transformed into that. And then from there, I started thinking about the movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And it comes from there.
Classic.
Like all sorts of things.
I actually did like a song before too called Body Snatchers. I think I said it was a First Contact song. I got to correct myself. I believe it was an archetypal song.
Oh, shit.
Me.
Throwback.
With A. Wake and Aquitas, yo, like those are another group of people that have went on to go
big things,
do other
man.
things.
So Snestro, what's your next project that you're trying to accomplish, man? Like, do you want to do an album next? Are you trying to get some shows popping? Like, what's your goal in the next year that you want to accomplish?
Well, in the next year, I have a couple of things where I'm working on with a couple of producers that are already out there in the industry, where I'm dropping a couple of singles to get my buzz up, and then eventually dropping an album to basically expand across, across the globe. And hopefully, I'm not looking to get a deal or anything like that, but distribution wise, I would try to find some way of negotiation, maybe independently wise, to build my own brand. I'm also collaborating with a couple clothing labels also.
Really?
Now,
what would you want to do with that? Because I was actually just listening to somebody on the radio the other day who was talking about how a lot of the rappers now are getting like the Adidas shoe deals again. Like, that's starting to become a big thing. Like, what kind of clothing deal would you be interested in?
Well, actually, I'm in the makings, doing something with a clothing line out of the Midwest, called Success Over Everything, where I felt a brand, I reached out with them. I actually have some their apparel where we're going to actually do a little merger and link in on a line together, because in life it's all about being successful in anything you do, and, success over everything is kind of a positive motto, and I feel that brand, I rep that to the fullest every day, because that's what I feel, success over everything.
So what do you think you would pick a brand like that, like more like mom and pop brand, as to like a more commercial brand? Even if you had the chance to have Adidas or something like that, Nike, would you still pick someone that you feel more what's the word I'm looking for, like synchronistic with, someone more I can't think of the word, that like
More low profile.
Yeah, like low profile, but look, something that describes like who you are more, as opposed to some commercial brand that's just, you know what I mean?
At some point I would do something with them, but at this point I see, myself in life where, everybody comes from somewhere, and it start, like Drake says, start from the bottom. You start from the bottom and you're there, and everybody's trying to get to some point in life. And
the reason why I said that mainly is because, like, I would pick something more local or something like that, because I wouldn't want to support like sweatshops in China and shit like that. You know what I mean? You gotta think about like other kinds of levels. Like if you were selling 100,000 albums or something, I would rather like bring someone up with me,
right,
than like ride the dick of Nike.
So I was just gonna say, we're about to get into this new track. What's this one called, Snestro?
This is called Money Neurosis.
We'll talk about it real quick when we get back. Revival Radio.
Make the money, don't let that money make me. Until I'm successful and standing where I wanna be, I'ma make this money, don't let the money make me. For all of them haters who talking shit who ain't believe, I'ma make this money, don't let the money make me. Until I'm successful and standing where I wanna be, I'ma make this money, don't let the money make me. For all of them haters who talking shit who ain't believe, get it how I get it and I live it how I live it. Not hearing what's said by all of them hating critics that try to put me down whenever I came around. That's just my inspiration. Look at me now, I'm headed towards the top with no intentions of coming down. Until I'm roaring now with a sound that's indescribable, unrivalable flows, through comparison, embarrassing. So call them C's, never letting money make me. Only know how to make it, never let me control my emotions. Till I'm swimming in it like the ocean. Mike is my surfboard and I'm a beach boy. So now I'm in tidal waves, see your movements destroy. Make the money, don't let that money make me. Until I'm successful and standing where I wanna be, I'ma make this money, don't let the money make me. For all of them haters who talking shit who ain't believe, I'ma make this money, don't let the money make me. Until I'm successful and standing where I wanna be, I'ma make this money, don't let the money make me. For all of them haters who talking shit who ain't believe, stack it by the billions, fuck it even a trillion. So it's nothing I can't buy, nothing I can't try. Lifestyles of the rich and famous, I'm that guy. You seeing everything that ain't come out yet. So fly, building a mansion, living quarters on my jet. So like Remy mind, yo, my life is all the way up. Only time I land to refueling for weed and for models to fuck. Making crazy investments for my nestlings. Properties in Dubai, getting five of everything I do buy. Getting houses in the sky, castles on the mountainside. Private islands, the wild in the states with 36 chambers. But I'm not from shy, watch the money keep piling. Make the money, don't let that money make me. Until I'm successful and standing where I wanna be, I'ma make this money, don't let the money make me. For all of them haters who talking shit who ain't believe, I'ma make this money, don't let the money make me. Until I'm successful and standing where I wanna be, I'ma make this money, don't let the money make me. For all of them haters who talking shit who ain't believe.
Welcome back to Revival Radio, everybody. Rich Steve, Snestro.
Brain cell.
So Snestro, that track, Money Neurosis, I think it's cool because we were just talking about, the expansion, the things that you're tying in, the different marketing that you're trying to do. How about you tell us a little bit about the Canadian radio station? Because I know that this was a Canadian single, correct?
right.
So what is that program that you were telling us about? Where can they hear this song if they like it, they want to download it?
Well, right now it's being played on MMM Radio, Canadian radio. DJ Bankrupt was the first one to break it. I sent it to him on his radio show, which he does on Saturday nights, 10 Pacific time, but 12 Eastern Standard Time. It's called The Fresh Chin at 10. Debuted it as one of the tracks where I've been rocking out with him for a minute. He's been hearing my music, and I sent him the track. He was like, "Oh, this joint is dope. I gotta debut it tonight in Canada."
Now, how can other artists, if they want to be linked up with this type of thing, how can they get involved?
All you gotta do, go to MMM Radio, Canada, and you can go into the website. You can find any information you want on there. You can also download the app to your phone, whether you have Android or iPhone. It doesn't even matter.
So tell me, what is money neurosis?
Well, money neurosis is a psychological term used by psychologists to basically define people who go through life and they let money make them. They don't know how to make money. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of people, they want to make money, but they don't know how to make it. They let it make them, where it controls their emotions. It makes them happy. It makes them sad. It makes them do evil things, want to harm people just to get it, and things of that nature. Where other people, you know, they learn to make money and don't let them make it, and don't let it make them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where it doesn't control their emotions. They control their money. And, you know, they understand, like, yeah, it can be the root of all evil, but you're not doing all evils just to get it. You feel what I'm saying? So
I do feel what you're saying.
It kind of goes with fighting fire with fire. You know, you could use money to do good things. You know what I mean? It's all about, it's not money's the root of all evil. People are the root of fucking all evil, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that's what that track is about. You know, you making the money, don't let it make you. Don't let it control you to the point where you want to do the evils just to get it. Where you can be just as successful by doing things that are not evil and using the money as a conduit in positive ways.
Nice.
Exactly, yeah.
Nice. So tonight we're recording this. It is Thursday. It's November 14th, 2017.
It's not November.
October. God, I'm that. September? Wow,
September.
whatever.
Wait,
I'm that fucking gone, man.
September.
Tired, man. Tired. Anyway, it's the 14th. It's Thursday. The big thing that has been going on recently is all of these motherfucking hurricanes, bro. I'm blown like a hurricane right now, so why don't we talk about them real quick?
Yeah, it got my
what the
mind
fuck,
spinning
man?
right now. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, a lot of, in the truth community, if you want to call it that, or the conscious community, a lot of people are saying that it's HAARP, and it's, well, not exactly HAARP, but like, you know, weather wars. It's a controlled storm.
So for the people who don't know exactly what HAARP is, we talked about this before on our chemtrail episode. We talked about cloud seeding. We talked about the program up in Alaska, where we even talked about this in the interview with Chips, where they can create weather. They can create a sunny day over Washington, D.C., while that's creating rain over California where there's a drought, which is supposed to be the good of it. But at the same time, you could also use this as a weapon. It's weaponizing the weather.
I think Chip said they could be, you make it sunny over here for a day, but who knows what's going on the other side of the world.
Yeah, I said that.
You said that?
I
Yeah,
said it's like a butterfly effect type thing.
Like you make it sunny over here, you make it rain over here, you could be creating an earthquake, you could be creating a tsunami in Japan or something, you know what I mean? Like,
And right, and I've been studying also, it's like understanding the same thing. It's like, think about it. They thought about it. What would be the perfect weapon? They know all these other countries have these nuclear bombs and capabilities, but what can rival Mother Nature? And how will these bombs be able to fly and be able to, these missiles be able to fly and get where they go if there's a storm or a tornado that can just take them out of the sky?
What good is an army if you can't feed that army, if you can't transport that army, if you can't get them clean water, you know?
One of the biggest tactical errors of World War II was Hitler trying to invade Russia during the wintertime.
Right. And the Argonauts.
That is because of the snow, of the ice. They couldn't get the things to them. If he would have went to Ukraine and the bread basket, he would have been able to feed his troops. He would have been able to transport supplies.
And then beat them and take all that food with him.
But instead, he went through the weather, and that's what stopped him. So why couldn't you cause a blizzard? You cause all of these exact same type of conditions where there shouldn't be them.
You know, you can kind of control the weather like that if even with just a dam, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
If you dam up the water upstream, it's going to be a drought downstream, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of fucked up like the Hoover Dam or something like that, and then the whole of like Mexico like doesn't have water anymore because it's just a trickling stream. Like that's on some other level.
So the three hurricanes that have been kind of in the news recently, you had Harvey, which hit into Houston. You had Irma, which of course was devastating the Caribbean and then hitting the Florida. And then coming up behind it was Jose.
Right.
All of a sudden, you have these 3 gigantic storms, the biggest that we have seen in years.
Out of nowhere.
You know, you had Hurricane Sandy and Katrina. They were only Category 3s. These were Category 4s that reached 5.
Wasn't Irma like one of the biggest ones recorded, the biggest one ever recorded that hit land?
It was one of.
Yeah.
It was.
It
one
wasn't
of.
the biggest
No,
one?
once it
Okay.
hit, it had sustained winds of around 180, but it was only Category 4
once
when
it
it
hit
finally
land.
hit land.
I've been making music like for weeks, man. I've been kind of staying away from this. I've been in blue pill mode, so it's kind of good to just sit back and listen to these guys talk about this shit. You know what I mean?
So you see it though, where you have 3 storms that were just like in a pattern right across. Just like this, the camera can't really see it.
Yo, wasn't it the pattern of like the pyramids, like Orion's belt
Yes.
too? Like that's
Right.
fucking insane.
I know.
What?
And for them to be formed that perfectly aligned, that usually doesn't happen. Storms usually become erratic and go with the winds.
Exactly.
They don't just form out of nowhere and just form a line all behind themselves like they rolling in a pack. Like, oh yeah, we coming to bombard y'all. We the storm
And you
fam.
hear
That's why people are trying to say that it's like weather wars and shit. It's a geo-engineered event. You know what I
You
mean?
hear people trying to say that oh, maybe the eclipse had something to do with this. Like, motherfucker, there's still eclipses that happen in other parts of the world like every year. It's just over here.
I was one of those people. I was thinking that.
I didn't.
Because it happened so close to it.
My first thought,
what I mean?
my
Like-
first thought was HAARP. It honestly was. It's been that way every time I see one of these superstorms. I think HAARP automatically.
Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah, but
also
it
along
could
with
be the
Tesla.
combination of them both to
Yeah.
make a superstorm. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Definitely, man. I mean, the moon is what changes the tides, allegedly.
Controls the
Allegedly.
water. Controls the water of the earth. Yeah.
So my question then for you, Snestro, because you brought this to our attention, you showed us these clips. What could be the purpose of all of this, especially down in the Houston area? Because Irma was kind of a flash in the pan. We thought it was going to be big, but once it got here, it fucking shit the bed and was nothing.
Right.
But Houston, there was actual devastation that was caused. What do you know about what was going on down there?
Well, it's a lot of things going on. It goes back to Katrina with the levees and the dams, and they've been rearranging things down there. There's a lot of FEMA camps, a lot of different things that were like the old halls and the old buildings where they used to have these super giant like stores like Walmarts and stuff like that, where they're converting them into these FEMA camps where they're keeping people where supposedly they're supposed to be, you know, housing these people and helping rehabilitate them, but actually there's other things that's supposedly going on,
Such as
these people being basically eradicated and basically never to be seen again, and their families not hearing from them.
Agenda 21. Peep our episode on what episode was that? Illuma Olympics.
Olympics, yes.
Peep that Illuma Olympics. Agenda 21.
This is the
That's
genocide.
what's going on.
This is the genocide we talked about. You showed us a clip. We're going to play it here in a minute that had a man saying that he wasn't going to go into the camp because they were killing people in there, right?
Right.
That's sick, man. The other thing that I want to talk about real quick, because we're about to be going into a break, is that this isn't something that is being made up. This isn't something that we are just talking out of our ass about. There was this CBS News clip that you showed us as well with that fucking fuck doctor from the History Channel, the physicist, saying that this is what we are doing. That's a real thing, man.
Right on CBS.
Fuck that, dude.
You see, I remember when I was a kid, I'd go to, it was at that science museum that we went to in Cleveland that we got the footage outside, the one I used to go to when I was a
NASA
kid.
joint, yeah.
That one, they had these little terrariums that had like moisture and wind, and you could create rain clouds right in the museum. That being said, we're going to go to a break real quick. We're going to take a look at the clips that Snestro was just talking about. We'll be right back.
Revival Radio.
Now we're We're learning that scientists and researchers are looking at how to change the weather on purpose. That's right. Lasers now could one day manipulate rain and lightning. CBS This Morning contributor Michio Kaku is a physics professor. I mean, lasers? Really? To change the weather?
That's right. Well, as Mark Twain once famously said, everyone complains about the weather, but no one ever does anything about it. Well, instead of doing a rain dance, we physicists are firing trillion-watt lasers into the sky to actually precipitate rain clouds and actually bring down lightning bolts. This is potentially a game changer.
But this is experimental.
It's experimental. However, in the laboratory so far it works. When you have water vapor and you have dust particles or ice crystals, you can precipitate rain.
Why are you outside during this entire hurricane?
Well, I chose not to go inside yesterday because the Salvation Army and Russian Winds homeless shelter where they were accepting people were caught killing everybody that was in there.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay. All right.
These people, this is a new normal. They're never going to go back home. So they want to help them as much so that they're never just walking out of here and feeling like they're going back onto the street. They've worked with them throughout the process here to help them adjust to this new world order that they're going to be living in after this.
Yo, what's up? It's Revival Radio. I'm the brain cell. I'm with Rich, Steve, and Snestro. Once again, man, we just got done talking about HAARP and the Hurricane Irma and Harvey and Jose and FEMA camps. All that good.
They're killing
juicy
people.
Nugget.
They are killing people, bro.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. So what I want to talk about real quick,
right?
If you guys don't mind,
of course,
I'm gonna drop a little bit of my own shit that I seen. Stennis Space Center.
What is that?
This is NASA's largest rocket engine test facility, located in Hancock County, Mississippi, on the Mississippi-Louisiana border.
That's pretty close to Texas, ain't it?
Just downwind from Houston and all that, man. These motherfuckers right here, NASA, the ones that we pay $50 million a day to.
What are they doing?
They are over there trying to say that they're testing rocket engines, but what they're really doing is they're creating hurricanes from what some of the sources that I've seen.
Why would the people who live in this area allow them to do that?
Well, there is no people that live in that area. I'm glad you asked that question, because what they did was when they first established this place, they paid everyone to leave. So they would have the whole area to themselves. No one could see what they're doing.
I think it's a time for a freestyle, though. Let's talk about that.
Stennis Space Center, man. Check that shit out.
We'll be right back to that. Snestro.
Who wants to set this shit off, man? This is Revival Radio, episode 28.
We got 5 on it, man.
More than 5 on it, man.
We'll tell them about that shit.
I got more than 5, maybe just a couple grand. I can get a couple grand, make it feel like Santa Man, give you a couple gifts of the St. Nicholas at the Christmas tree. How you reel it? Yeah, if it's official with it. Yeah, it be the strawberry cross. You don't know, you take a lick and you be like, oh shh. Yeah, we got the magic type stuff. Every time you take a puff, make your throat feel rough. It's like the magic that you feel every time in the rhyme. Yeah, we always got the bomb and the power by the play. Every fucking day, smoking on the green stuff, never be the hay. Always be the green and it always found local. And you check, I'm getting that stuff from Acapulco. Maybe it be gold, always stay roll. Got me feeling high, sorta out of control. When I rip the styles, you don't know what they like this. Yo, I'm versatile. Any beat that I rock, yo, we with the C-Mass. And we smoking all the illest type grass. I will pass. And the fucking cypher got you coughing quite often. And you know we doing this shit and we bake like beans from Boston. And we doing it, you know it been the cost.
Rich Steve in the place, you know I can't feel my face. It's so high from the dye that I'm in the sky. That didn't rhyme, let me try again, friend. I smoke strawberry kush out the blunt, man. I get high, I like to get stoned, I like to get blazed, I like to get gone. I like to smoke herb, I like to drink beer, I like to smoke cess, and I like to steak pepper clear.
Yo, I'm on the mic and I don't give a fuck. I'll take your life. It's Stennis Space Center, creating all the hurricanes and the weather. Hey, that's fire. Let's keep going back and forth. I don't have anything to rhyme with back and forth, except we're gonna go back and forth in fours. Let's go.
Let's go. Smoking on the dro. Yeah, it always glow. Whether it's the Optimo or a Dutch, always in the clutch. Never can I get enough, ooh, gotta have it, it's automatic. And you know, in this world of the madness, making all this weather, yo, I'm storming like it was HAARP. And we about to tear every track apart.
Tear the track apart like we were HAARP. Hurricanes blowing, then I can't get started. I can't stop once I get going. Brain cell take over, start flowing.
Yo, you know it's C-Mass. We smoking, got that gas. And I'm peeking on the mic, but I don't give a fuck. If you do, we can fight.
We can fight, we can unite. You don't know, yeah, we always light. The stuff that been mean, tight green, like Incredible Hulk. You can't find it unless you see it from the grower and the stalk. We always play a part, and it's always good. You can catch us in any hood.
Any hood, any neighborhood, any night of day. Yo, I got that Bombay, I got that good head, that good shit, dog. Get you fucked up, got you seeing fog. Coming out the window, coming out the Bentley. Smoke out my mouth is how I go Bentley.
And I'm not fucking friendly. I dip your pockets, yap your chain. Cause my name is fucking Brain. And I got them bars, yo.
Got them bars, yo. And we doing this shit and we far so out past the universe, every verse. And we don't even have to curse. It's flow like the crystal geyser. I've been like MacGyver, putting things together in any type of weather. Yeah, we been clever, smoking on that bubonic chronic. Feel like tonic.
Yeah, Rich Steve back again. The beat just ended, but I'm not done yet. I'll go a cappella if it drops off me, cause I am a killer. Don't fucking haunt me, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck your bitch. My name is Stevie Rich and I'm the fucking shit.
Yee.
That was so bad, but I loved it, man. That was fun. That's what hip hop's about.
That wasn't that bad.
That's what hip hop's about. That's what Salt was saying, man. That was real. That was just flowing.
It's gonna get better from here, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that one bar I had, plus you threw in the HAARP shit, yo.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
What it's all about. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about shit on the episode. Then we're gonna freestyle. So let's go.
Real quick, back to what we were just talking about. If they want to find more information about this, I know you have a clip. Where did you see this? BBC or what?
Yeah, I think it was the BBC. Pretty much everything I said, they say in the video. So make sure you stay till the end in the next minute or two.
Definitely.
What they're talking about is the RS-25 rocket engine.
Okay.
They're calling it a rocket engine, but not what I really think, but like what the truth community thinks is that it's really creating these hurricanes and shit. So.
You can see in the video with the reporter that they make it rain, and he says NASA is playing God.
NASA is playing God.
So that's what you got to be looking out for. We got a couple minutes left, real quick. Snestro, Pro of the Week. One more time, let them know where can they find you on all the social media accounts. Where can they find your music? What should they do if I want to get in touch with you?
Yo, you can check me out on Facebook, Snestro the Flow Spitter. Also on Twitter, Snestro215. Instagram, Snestro. Also on SoundCloud, Snestro, Reverb Nation, Snestro the Flow Spitter. Also on YouTube. I'm also on iTunes, and look for me on other couple major things coming in the future. Got a couple things in store.
Thank you as always, my friend, for coming through and chilling with us, man.
No doubt.
Everybody out there in CMAS land, we just completed that whole big group of shows that we've been promoting for a while, so we're going to be doing recaps of that for you soon. We're about to be trying to finish up this album. Juggalo Nick, if you get us in the studio, we can start finishing that up so we can get that out to you. We got mad content that we're about to be coming out with, Brain.
Yeah, man, we just dropped that new First Contact album.
We did.
So
it's flames.
There's going to be videos coming on the channel. There's already 2 out now. I'm about to do another one. So the whole album, be on the lookout for that shit.
Be sure to keep watching the Go Your Own Way video. Shot out in Cleveland. We got over 100 views on it, I know. We got a collab with Rob Zilla coming up. We were just talking about it in the episode. So we got a lot. We got a lot coming up. Find us on Instagram, RichSteve17.
At the Brain Cell.
Snestro.
And official CMAS for us. Get onto the Revival Radio Facebook page. Subscribe to the channel. Like, share, comment. All that good shit. Snestro, thank you again. Brain Cell, anything else you want to add?
Yo, yeah. Comment. Get interactive. I'm pretty wasted off this 2 flame emoji beer.
Much love, everybody. Revival Radio.
Yes, sir. We out.
Peace.
This is the shuttle's fuel tank. It may only be 130 miles to space, but to cover that distance, the engines will use 500,000 gallons of fuel, and that works out at 2 feet to the gallon. Despite the cost, however, NASA does need to test these engines once in a while. So they built this place in the wetlands of Mississippi. The first thing they installed was a huge loudspeaker, through which they played white noise to simulate the sound of a rocket. They then sent a number of trucks in different directions out into the wilderness, and the drivers were ordered to stop when the noise levels became acceptable. This gave them an imaginary boundary line, and anyone living on the inside of it was offered a simple choice. Stay, and you'll never hear another television program as long as you live. Or take the NASA shilling and get out. No one stayed, and NASA ended up with exactly what it wanted. 125,000 acres of nothing. They even had to move 5 cemeteries, because the noise they were planning on making would wake the dead. Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And, as it turns out, the cleanest. Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you! It's raining! That's unbelievable! Oh. NASA's playing God! It's making its own weather!